I'm an editor for Peach, guys.
Sad hours.
I have editor access. I can look at dashboard that is a little bit more special than a moderator's dashboard. So I guess you can gag on that. Please deep throat it. Go ahead. All right.
We're proud of that.
Amanda.
Peach doesn't need you. Should I be proud?
She. Sorry. Why did I say she? He will eventually. Yeah. Force of habit. Right. So yeah. She currently uploaded a video on the topic of
Wait, what happened to me?
all lives matter, white farmers' lives matter, and allies, etc. Right? Okay. So, ooh, where do I dive in from here? Alright, we're currently reacting on Amanda's video here. Right? And I would love to play this in the background and talk over it, but there's gonna be a lot of points missed, so let's not do that.
Crap.
Amanda here
Page been longer than turtle brained.
is talking about how
How long have you been streaming?
I guess she's quickly summarizing
I'll figure this out.
what occurred this year when it comes to like the movement of all lives matter, Black Lives Matter, and how ridiculous it is to compare this all lives matter slogan to Black Lives Matter slogan and movement. Anyway, yeah. God, I don't know how to summarize this properly without making it a little dull, right? Yeah, because it is a serious topic, and not most of you are here for that. But I've been watching this video while I was taking a shit.
Okay, so apparently horn is an allusion to Amen, the god of fertility.
And we're still talking about horns. Alright, so Paige is saying, how long have you been streaming? Yeah, but she's trying to figure it out.
Spectrum. Detected. All lives matter is funny because most all lives matter people turfs and homophobes. Hee.
But hold on. I'm gonna
5 years.
I'm gonna say my piece, and then you guys can think off of that if that's okay with you guys. Right. We also got Spectrum joining us in the chat. So yeah, guys, if you could please say Pink Lives Matter if you haven't already, along with anybody else that joins in. Please say Pink Lives Matter at them if you can. Yeah, because yeah, people in Ireland definitely matter. So when it comes to Black Lives Matter as the name for this movement, I always had this strange feeling every time I read it out and say it out loud. It does sound to me a little ineffective when it comes to making people understand what you're trying to say. And it proves by, you know, like making other people who's not part of the movement angry. Because it does, in a way, sound a little selfish, right? Especially to those who doesn't know what goes on as, you know, black youth going around and getting like these treatments for no reason, right? I'm not saying the movement is weird or ineffective. All I'm saying is the label for it is ineffective. Because white, sorry, I shouldn't say white, because we should just generalize it as all lives matter people. So all lives matter people are arguing against Black Lives Matter statement because of, I guess, the label itself saying Black Lives Matter, because most of them are usually just people who sees the headline in the article and then think, oh, I understand what they're trying to say, and get mad at that. So they share to every other peers that they have, and then yeah, people will look at that and then get mad at that as well, and then this whole cycle of like hate train kind of leaves the station and goes off to God knows where. Yeah, I think the wording could have been better. It could have been worked on a little bit longer. Because you're talking to people who is numb to the situation that you're going through, right? You want them to understand what you're going through. You don't want them to shut up. And that's the word that I heard a lot when it comes to Amanda's video here. Yeah, she's saying, yeah, shut up to those who has stupid statements like all lives matter and how about this, how about what if whataboutism or something? Is that what it's called? Yeah, the whole whataboutism. Yeah, can all shut up. But you don't want them to shut up, because the reason why America's in a current state right now is because we shut them up, isn't it? Because we encouraged acceptance so much that you don't even get to have an opinion anymore, almost. And then these people who disagrees with, I guess, having Asians around or having black people around in their white country is, I don't know. Yeah, they don't get to say what they want to say, and then eventually they exploded. And yeah, and Donald Trump was very smart to utilize that to become the president. And I don't want to be too political here. All I'm saying is, instead of Black Lives Matter, why not Black Lives Still Matter? Is that bad? Because they feel like they're being not treated like they matter, right? Wait, is that proper English? And is that insensitive? Yeah. We should definitely not silence people for their opinions, because we want to know what they're thinking about, just in case, you know, they decide that life is not fair and everybody else should die, and then they grab a weapon and then fucking goes off to hurt a lot of people. Because it happens a lot, right? We want to stop that, right? So we gotta listen in, but we're so busy shutting each other up. Let's lighten up the mood. let's go through the chat for a bit. Let's go.
Sardine lives don't really matter.
Nakal is Asian.
Cows.
Public service announcement.
Detected.
Akaus is in here too.
Yeah, flamingos matter, pink lives matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, speak simply.
Yeah.
If people don't understand, you don't get angry, say it more clearly.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying. I think that's what I was trying to say. Did I say that? Maybe I didn't say that properly. Yeah, but yeah, Spectrum here is saying they're just riding the trend. I think there's no harm in riding the trend. There's no harm in joining a movement, right, to support them if the cause is serving the world for good. It's just people suck at communicating. I think that's the problem. They misunderstand each other because they just fucking quickly read into things without doing the actual research and then jump into conclusion. Then they have an opinion based on that conclusion, and then yeah, fucking fist fight everywhere. Everybody's punching each other left and right, clocking the jaw, you know, right hook, fucking uppercut, yeah, for no reason. When in reality, people just didn't understand what each other is trying to say, right? And sorry, Elgorath is saying, when in reality is black people get up to the level, huh? Black people up to the level up to others. Did I read that right? And also, yeah, forgot what I was saying before I finished the sentence, but I think people get what I was trying to say, right? And continuing on.
It only annoys me because black lives already matter in the UK. Philip Theunison. Detected. Raybugs. Detected. Well, more than the us. America is fucked in every sense.
Yeah, racism will always exist because everybody looks slightly different. We are far more accepting now when it comes to like people who is physically disabled, because things were different. Yeah, we use the word like cripple and I don't know, like fucking the R word, right? The famous R word. Yeah, that we can't use anymore apparently. So that itself is no longer acceptable in this society. Even I don't know if it justifies for me to say it, but the word faggot as well. Yeah, that is a thing that used to trend around 2000. It was a word that people often use, even the teenagers, actually, especially the teenagers. I was around people who use that word freely, and I don't remember anybody actually being offended by that, but some people do take offense to that, and that became important. Yeah. So we don't use that word anymore. But people are still going to judge people based on their appearance no matter what though. it's how humans are, isn't it? Identify something foreign and treat them as danger, and then avoid or fight. Just because they look different. Just because they don't look the same as you. Humans are animals after all, you know? Why did I press that?
No, we shouldn't.
Oh, there we go.
Hot local mom. Detected.
Welcome, hot local mom.
In the UK, the issue ISNT raised some of the most persecuted people are Hungarians and Romanians. They are white. The issue in the UK is people believe fake news easily and are cunts.
Alright, so yeah, Koos is in the chat. I'll get to you soon, okay? Yeah, and Elgorath is saying, I think a lot of people would be more reasonable if they had calm discussion about their thoughts face to face and... Can you stop moving? Try to understand each other.
Must be cultural difference. Betty BC down here all brown people are fucking packies and the corner shop is the packy shop and these people facing abuse much more frequently than the Europeans. Is a meatball though. Heretico.
Ah,
Detected.
Harry's in here.
My entire family uses the word packy for anyone with brown skin and frowns upon their being here. I mean, it's more xenophobia than racism. Flack.
Xenophobia is still racism, says
Local
Nakal.
Hayu. Not if it's white versus white, black versus black, surely. Racism is discrimination. Xenophobia is a condition of mind.
Right, so Elgorath is saying, as in Siggy's, in reference to what context? Sorry. Yes. Okay. So hold on. We were talking about the racism, right? Yeah. Racism's always gonna exist, and there's always a fight happening somewhere in the world. There's no way humans are gonna live a peaceful life. Because I guess that's how we've improved in the past, right? Like behavior-wise, like inventing things because things didn't work out, making lives easier because it was hard. Yeah, and then we just keep on improving and eliminating things that we don't need, and what we consider we don't need sometimes is very questionable because yeah, everybody has their own opinion and people think these people are useless but these people are useful and whatnot. Yeah, there's always going to be an opinion, and as long as opinion exists, there's always going to be racism around the corner because people like to generalize because it's easier that way to just group people up and say, these people, we don't need them on this planet anymore. Yeah, but we don't want to do that. Yeah, we want to make sure that every single person gets a say in what they want to say, and we don't shun them for that. But we can discuss it. There's no harm in that, I think. I was gonna make another point. What was it? I think I lost myself in the way. Fuck it. I don't even care anymore. Right, so Elgorath is saying, my message got censored, sorry. Be more creative, because we don't silence people here. We don't ban people either, so... Yeah, I don't know, say anything you like as long as it's not violating Twitch's terms of service. Okay? So read up on that before you start considering, I don't know, typing some edgy shit. Be careful. Alright, don't get us banned, please. Yeah.
Cows here suddenly politically neutral. PRS Center. Detected.
Ah, presenter is here.
Mostly America. Yeah, racism sucks and is everywhere. Flakes, please. Zip it. It's the same problem when people tell someone go back where you came from.
Yeah, where you came from. Yeah. So, okay, Nakal was saying, Polish hate German and Russian both are white? I think the best way to deal with racism is to accept it, in my opinion. Like, let it happen. And because we take it so seriously, people are so on edge about it. And that's my take on, like, racism. I just don't want it to become serious. So I allow that to happen around me, even if someone calls me a chink or, I don't know, fucking the culprit for bringing in the virus, etc. Doesn't really matter to me because I know for a fact that that's not true. And I know for a fact that they know it's not true, but they're just saying it because they need an outlet, right? They gotta say it, I would assume, because it's just the kind of person they are. Now, the question comes to, how do you turn that around? You cannot yell back because you lost at that point. Because then argument sparks and we'll get nowhere. So what you want to do is be likable. And that's the hard part, isn't it? Convincing a person who doesn't like what you look like to like you. Yeah, that is very difficult. Yeah, that's the interesting thing. Once you nail that, then world peace. Yeah, even I can't do that. Not that I speak highly of myself, but yeah, it's very difficult to achieve that. To actually be completely neutral to what the other person's saying, even if it enrages you. Like, to keep that calm and also return back with something that convinces the other person that maybe I'm not that bad after all. That's... whew, that is an art. that is difficult. Yeah.
Red Guru. Detected.
Hey, Guru's in here, guys.
Oh,
say hello.
Why you mad earlier? I only forgave you because had Doritos.
Right, so we're not talking about that yet.
Russians aren't white. Russia is huge and has massive variety of skin colors.
There you go.
Hi. Higer. I've always wanted to bash the hell out of a bully. Ethnic Russians are white. I M8 watch a documentary. Native Russians look Asian too.
Aren't they considered East Asians? Russians? I thought they were. Yeah, and Elgorath is saying the other meaning of the F word is cigarette. And I pointed out smoking a cigarette with that word will sound terrible to an American. I think, yeah. Because, like, racial divide is so topical in that country. Everybody's just tiptoeing around everybody else, and... yeah, I don't know what that does to a country. Especially when they call themselves the land of the free. Yeah, it's weird. Anyways.
Basically, just stop giving a shit. German politician called Muslims hijab whores and knife men. I love my country.
Yeah, they exist.
That kinda makes sense. If they irrationally hate you, make them like you instead of kicking off. Never really thought about that. You can see really ignore it here when they re-shooting at you and beating you. Shrug. I have never hated anybody because of race, but I got some xenophobic feelings. Mainly for America. I am the most active.
I just remember the question. But yeah, we'll go through that once Elgorath's message has been read. Because climate halted Germans in World War II, but beating them back was because they were able to mount a massive counterforce on the massive part of the country that wasn't taken. Yeah. Everybody has their own take on history. Which is what I realized, you know, throughout my life of just listening to people talk about history. They always have their own take and they always have their own narrative as well. So I want to make sure that I see all sides first before I form an opinion. Because I don't know enough. And I will never know enough. But at least I can have something solid at the end of like maybe 100 conversation. Right? And yeah, speaking of, and Betty reminded me, but... what the fuck was it? Oh yeah, yeah. When it comes to like addressing race, right? So we have, you know, like the generalized version of it, which is Asian, black, white, right? So I guess how about Arabs? Where do they fit in? Asians? No, right? I feel like they're their own thing. Let's say four, right? But within that, there's the separation, there's the divide of like, you know, white Americans, white Australians, Europeans, pale Europeans, sorry, and yeah, Asians. We got the countries that had emperors, which is, you know, like the Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and you know, we got Mongolians. Excuse me. And yeah, we got Southeast Asian as well, which is a complete different culture compared to the ones that I mentioned. Yeah, and yeah, like we got the Africans, like Africans as well, and we got American Africans. There was a point that I wanted to make, but I feel like we should just let this kind of stew a little bit. Because I feel like after mentioning that, people will have something to say. Right? Let's go.
I hope all those eligible Hong Kong citizens come to the UK. We need that diversity. I thirst for it.
We'll see about that.
Flakes, you're a fucking racist. It's pretty disgusting.
Here we go again!
She white.
Eventually we'll get there. And Elgorath is saying Asians seem kind of racist towards each other. And we are! Yes! There's a lot of opinions flying about when it comes to like the relation between like the three like big country over there, which is like... Is it just three? I feel like there's more. Yeah, but... Yeah, Korea, China, Japan. That triangle. There's a lot of hate in between. Yeah, and Peach is in here. Yeah, whenever Peach is around, there's usually no hate in the chat, but yeah. Good to see you coming around. Yeah, guys, say hello to Peach. Look at the reaction. Look at the reaction in the chat. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, so those three have history. Yeah, and... As I said, people have a lot of their own take on what went down in the history, and of course, depending on which side you agree with, you're gonna start picking sides. Yeah, because people and opinions. But that shit is common too, and I feel like the same thing is happening in America, but we see it as racism because of the color of the skin. Yeah, but in Asia, we deal with our own stuff. And I'm just generalizing Asia at this point. Yeah, but yeah, those countries are always up and about when it comes to, you know, where their territory is and what they do best and who is better. Yeah, because there's always gonna be a conflict. People are always going to fight about something.
Asians in Asia really be hating each other, but over here we all seen the same law.
Yeah, that's right.
Racism. What's Mongolia like? Can we go?
Like, the reaction that people has against foreign things and people, right? If African American people would go over to Africa and live there, they would get discriminated too because of the way they present themselves, like culturally, right? Of course, you've been living in America for so long, you're not gonna understand what goes on in Africa if you're not, I guess, haven't been doing your research. Right? You go there thinking you got the same freedom you do in America, but that's not really the case, and people have mannerisms and they need to act a certain way. It's different with each country, but America is the standard, I guess, the global standard. And we got Tree Yuri saying I'm Filipino in the chat here, guys. So yeah, guys, please return the I'm Filipino back at Yuri if you haven't already, along with anybody else that joins in. Please welcome them in if you can. I am also half Filipino. I'm just a half thing. I'm not a full deal. So sorry about that. Nice to meet you, by the way, Yuri. Thank you so much for coming around. We're just talking about racism here. It's a heavy topic, but fun to discuss, in my opinion. Because we rarely get to talk about racism with people who we don't really know well. You know, when it comes to family members, you know what their opinion is, and you don't want to talk to them. Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot to talk about, because some things I don't understand and I want to understand, right? Yeah, so where are we so far?
Free Yuri. Detected.
Yep, that's right.
They do best at Kung Fu. Who asked the African-Italian girl? Mamma mia.
African-Italian? Oh, right.
I'm going to France next week. Very excited. Who France? We can all just hate furries.
I just realized, yeah, Amanda's doing this. Okay.